phone blowing up, they all want the pics, but VIPs know that Trackgabe's the fix. Other shows static, this one automatic. We're cashing in motion, call it racetrack magic.
Really enjoying this time here. I mean, the Jersey Shore.
I've done the Arizona heat, and then I'm a Florida guy, so I've done the Florida heat. I always say that if I had to compare the two, if you're in Florida, you know you're getting ready to pass out. In Arizona, you just pass out, and you just...
Podcast. Now here's your host, Trackgabe.
What is up? We're with the man, Jonathan Paley. How are you, sir?
Fine, thanks, Gabe. Thanks for having me.
Hey, the pleasure's all mine. I like how you study hard. You know, you watch replays, you look up trainer stats and all that. Explain just a little bit more for people that don't know you. Like, how do you handicap?
Well, it's a labor of love, actually. As soon as the PPs come out, the entries come out, Del Mar or wherever, Santa Anita, I get formulator and then I'm just go to work. So my philosophy is every horse's last race I watch, and that is extremely time consuming, but it's something that I'm afraid I'm going to miss something if I don't do that. Horse wins on his wrong lead, gets bottled up in traffic, had a perfect inside trip. You want to know those things so you can bet against a horse like that, or you can say, okay, this horse had a legitimate excuse and he might go off at a better price. The trainer stats, I just like statistics. So if a trainer does better, turf, sprint, for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds, it has a better winning percentage than another trainer. I always keep that in mind as well.
I want to give a shout out to my friend Brett Sandquist. And the reason why I'm giving him a shout out is because when him and I were in Vegas during March Madness, we brought that up about how the comments in the forum don't tell you if a horse goes on the wrong lead.
Nope.
And you just mentioned that. It's funny. You just mentioned that it won't mention in the comments in the forum if a horse is on the wrong lead or not. That is something
that's correct.
You have to look at the replay.
And not only that, though, but the chart in Formulator, they don't let you know if it's on the wrong lead. Now, some handicappers blow that off. They don't think it's a big deal. Me personally, it's a huge red flag. So I get why people don't think that's a big deal, but for me, it is.
Well, let me just say, my friend Brett Sandquist, he thinks it's a big deal too. So, and he's a very good handicapper as well. So we have two very sharp, astute handicappers who think being on the wrong lead is something to look at during replays. So maybe anybody out there who's looking at replays, that might be something you want to do. So here we go at Santa Anita. We're going to look at the last four. I have more of a strong opinion in race 9 than you do.
Yes.
But then you and I have strong opinions in race 10, 11, and 12, which is the late pick 3. And if anybody knows, the late pick 3 has been a very popular bet at Santa Anita lately. The pools have been huge. And our friend, we have a mutual friend named Frank Scantoni, Scantoni Sure Shot on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, Scantoni Sure Shot. He's been posting a lot of good stuff regarding the late pick 3. And you were on his show last year at Del Mar, and you did a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
As you always do when you're on this show. The last time you were on this show, you gave out a pick 4 at Canterbury, and it almost won.
Almost.
It made a very good amount. And remember, it was a sloppy track.
Yes.
That kind of caught you off guard. And
yes.
I thought the handicapping was great. It's just that one race. That's how it is when you're betting multi races. One race, you could handicap 3 races expertly, perfectly, but then that one race, something obscure happens or random happens, that's what it is. But shout out to Scantoni, Mr. Frank Scantoni, who's our mutual friend. I'm going to let him know about this video because we're going to talk about that pick 3 in detail. Now I'm going to go to race 9. And my thoughts on this race is I like the Mark Glatt runners, number 12 and number 8. Those are my top 2. Number 7. I'm sorry, number 12 and number 7, the Mark Glatt horses. I think it's a good race. I mean, I think it's a tough race, but I'm going to try to limit it to 3 horses, and that's going to be the 12, the 7, and the 1. And I'm only using the 1 because the 1 has the rail. And all the horses that I think figure in this race are pretty much on the outside. The 7, the 8, the 9, the 12, I think are the major contenders in the race. And I think maybe the 1 could get a good trip. And also the 1 is lightly raced and might have some upside. And Jaramillo's winning on everything he's getting on lately.
Yeah.
So for all those reasons, I'm going to go 1, 7, 12. And then I might use the 8 horse as a B. The only thing that concerns me about that horse is Peter Urton. He's been a little cold lately.
King of Dragons, yep.
Yeah. So, nonetheless, all right. Let's. Did you have any? You didn't have major thoughts in that race, right?
Well, the 7, I agree with you. I still have some work to do, but the 7 obviously is the one to beat, I think. But and shout out to you. I wasn't aware that Urton hasn't been doing well these past 3 weeks. I like the 8 King of Dragons, but after what you said, it's going to give me some pause. So maybe when I see him in the paddock, see on the walking ring and see how he's warming up, maybe we'll go from there. But that I liked his last King of Dragons, his last race. But that if Urton's on a cold streak, and I believe you, have to think about that one.
Well, there's that. Also, if you look at this race, I mean, there's a lot of throwouts, in my opinion. I think you could throw out the 2, 3, 4. The reason why I like the 1 and the 7 in there, and let's talk about the 7 just really quick. Warm Sun and Brew. The reason why I like this horse is he's lightly raced. He's got Mark Glatt, who's always a hot trainer. And the horse is 4 for 4 in the money at Santa Anita and 3 for 3 in the money at the distance. Never been off the board. Consistent horse, always tries. And it's its 4th race off a mild layoff. So it's got the perfect cycle to run a big race. So that's going to be my top pick, number 7, Warm Sun and Brew. I think this horse might even end up being the favorite. The morning line is 5-1. I don't think this horse is going to be 5-1.
No, that'd be a gift. That would be a gift. I'm looking at this right now, Gabe. Warm Sun and Brew ran a 73 buyer last time, and he ran an 84 in his previous race and an 81 after that. So maybe his form cycle is starting to come back up again. So I'm with you on that one. Glatt is, he's a good trainer, like you said, and 4 for 4 in the money at Santa Anita on the turf, and then at the distance 4 for 4. His highest buyer at the turf at Santa Anita at this distance is an 84. I think that'll get that done in this race if he comes back.
Yeah, and then you have the 12 horse, Call Me Sir, who has that. If you look, has 5 improving buyers in a row. I know you like that.
I do, but then can he keep going up? That would be my devil's advocate there. Like he's got to be due to regress somehow, but I didn't know that. So thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, actually.
Hey, well, that's what friends.
Actually, it's 8 in a row. 8 improving buyers. I just looked at this. I counted them out.
Oh, actually, I didn't even look before the layoff. You're right. Yeah, look at that. 8 improving buyers in a row. Every race, this horse improves its buyers. So,
it's 7-2.
Use that horse. Call Me Sir.
Does the outside post bother you on that horse?
I mean, it does, but this horse, I mean, hopefully Kimura can cut in, and I've seen it where it does make a difference, but then I've also seen it where it's really, an astute, smart jockey can, just go to the inside real quick and avoid it. I'm just hoping, the horse has racing luck. I mean, he's not going to the lead. The horse should be a stalker in 5th or 6th. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
But I think it'd be better
that's this. One of the reason why I like the 1.
Right.
Because of that inside post. And
right.
If all these outside horses, get trouble, then the 1 maybe could win. And Jaramillo is really hot in the second race off a long layoff. So there's also that too.
Actually, I did have some interest in Sabretooth until I saw his last race. He won that race on his wrong lead. So that's out for me. The 11 Sabretooth, His last race was at Fairgrounds. So Sabretooth is a toss on the win end, maybe underneath for an exacta, trifecta, something like that. But the 11, in my opinion, is a toss.
Yeah, it's kind of a long layoff and new surroundings, and but Yaktin's good off a layoff, but I don't know. This horse did run second to your King of Dragons a while back, but this one might need a race.
Yeah.
But Sabretooth is interesting. I wouldn't be shocked if Sabretooth won, but I don't want to put too many horses in the race, so I'm going to limit it to 1-7-12. And, Sabretooth would probably be my fifth pick in there behind King of Dragons.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the big one, the Santa Anita Derby, the race everybody's coming for. I got people from Chicago, from up north, from San Diego, from all over the place coming to Santa Anita for this race, and we're going to have a good time. And even you.
I'll be there.
You're coming in too, so
Yep.
We're going to have a good time.
Yep.
And now I know you have a lot stronger opinion than I do in this race, although I do like a horse, but you are thinking about singling one. Now tell us about that.
Yes. I mean, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. Potente is the most likely winner, I think. Cherokee Nation, the other Baffert, the one, he just broke his maiden his last race. So that's a little concerning. But he only went a mile. I think that horse has distance concerns, personally. That's what I think. Robusta was second, the 4. He was the big long shot, I believe, to Potente in the last race. Yeah. He was second best. He never swapped to his correct lead, so that was out. So happy, the Glatt horse. He was third best in his last prep, and he had a great trip in that race, and he just wasn't good enough. The 6 is a toss, and then I could see a lot of people going with the 7 Intrepido, which is the Mullins horse. He was second best, and he was on his wrong lead, so he may have won that race if he was on his correct lead. So after looking at all this, I'm gonna single Potente in the first leg of the $3 late pick 3.
The Scantoni pick 3.
Yes.
Mr. Paley is going to single the 2. Now, I've already mentioned who my top pick was on Twitter and X and on Live and Breathe Horse Racing on Facebook. I've already posted this. My top pick is going to be in Trepido. The Mullins barn's very hot right now, and he actually won a race today. And it feels like he's been winning a race every day. I've always liked this horse. I was extremely, extremely impressed when this horse won the American Pharoah last year in October. If you watch that race, the horse had tons of trouble, had no reason to win that race, and the horse did. And then the horse came back around in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, was off slow, just didn't look happy. That was followed by a long layoff. And the horse ran really good last time, as you said, on the wrong lead, ran a bang-up race against a decent field, and I think second off a layoff, I think Mullins has this one fully cranked today, not like last time, and, he's got a breather, too, from that. I mean, that was almost 2 months ago.
Yeah, February 7th.
Yeah, so he's had a breather. He's had plenty of work since. So I think Intrepido, and I also think Intrepido could get that nice stalking outside lead, staying out of trouble. So that's going to be my top pick. But I'll talk about the other horses real quick. Cherokee Nation, in my opinion, is probably the most probable winner, but I don't think offers any value. I think a major thing to look at here, if you look at this horse's 2 best performances, it was with Lasix. And this horse is not going to have the benefit of Lasix tomorrow or on Saturday. So that may be something. And also, the horse just broke its maiden, but it was very impressive. 100 buyer.
Yeah.
Those were pretty good horses behind it too.
Were they though? I mean, Gabe, I don't know about that. I mean, that's we'll see about. I mean, he did dust that field. There's no question about that. But we'll see if these other horses that he beat will come up to do anything. So,
and Fausto's not a bad horse. But you could be right. I mean, it could have been a very, very bad field, but he did run 134-2 on the dirt.
Oh, he was great. He
wasn't
was
that
awesome.
In crazy fast track. I pay attention to that. So that time is really good, and it's Baffert too.
Sure.
And Baffert horses freak out. They paid $1 million for this horse, so they were expecting this horse to be this good.
Yeah.
And also, he ran second. If you look at his second performance, that was another really good performance. He ran second to a horse named Mr. AP, who ran second in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and they were 12 lengths in front of the third horse. And so, I mean, if you throw out the Kentucky race, and then now the race where he lost to Robusta, that race looks a lot better now, with Blacksmith coming back to win and Robusta coming back and running a bang-up race in San Felipe. So I think Cherokee Nation is a definite contender.
Sure.
Patente, Patente is going to be a B horse for me. I respect Patente. I mean, the horse ran big last time, but I'm not too sure that – I mean, this is what bothers me. Patente beat an 50-1 shot Robusta and a So Happy horse who I do not believe wants any part of a distance over a mile. So, I mean, I'm not going to completely throw this horse out, but this horse is going to be a B. But it is a nice horse. So, only ran twice, $2 million. But then you also have to consider this. Okay, Cherokee Nation just broke its maiden, but Patente's only ran twice. So I don't know if this horse has a lot of bottom, but then again, this field could also kind of be weak. So you have that, and then with Ian on it, John, I respect your opinion wholeheartedly. That makes me, and then JJ's on it too, his main man.
Yeah.
So we have that too. So Patente is a B horse for me. Like you said, the 3 is a complete throw. Robusta. I know some sharp people who think workouts were a lot more impressive than the time. These are people that were a clock. Be hot, but I just do not think Robusta is the horse for me. And like I said, it was on the lead. I'm going to try to beat Robusta. And So Happy, I came away after that race thinking So Happy is a sprinter or a 7 furlong horse, maybe a mile horse. That last 16th, the horse didn't look like it had any urge to go by those horses. So I'm going to So Happy. I know a lot of people like So Happy, bred by Run Happy and so forth, but I'm going to try to beat So Happy. That last race opened up my eyes. Ride that might run forth with a brilliant Armando Ayuso, but I don't really like that horse. So to recap this race, my top pick is Intrepido, and I think Cherokee Nation is the clear-cut second choice, and Patente is the other horse I'm considering. If somebody talks me into So Happy that this horse can go the distance and they know for sure, I might add that horse, but I'm not going to do that probably. And then our the guest, Jon Paley, he likes Patente a lot.
Yes.
And if Patente improves off that last race, it's probably his race. So you're obviously thinking he's going to improve and you know what? And he has every right to. He's lightly raced, so.
Yeah.
And
I think Cherokee Nation has bombs written all over him, Gabe. I think that 100 might be his ceiling personally. So, but if he runs 100, that will probably be good enough to win this race. I don't think he's going to do that. I mean, 21 point difference. He ran a 79 at the Robert Lewis. So that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good improvement.
All right, let's go to race 11. You and I have similar thoughts in this race. We're both singling the Jeff Mullins beautiful